I can't remember if it was Terrell Suggs. It might have been Bart Scott
Mm-hmm.
that hit Ben Roethlisberger, where it was like
Bart.
the most devastating. It was the most
Bart.
devastating hit you've ever seen in your life.
Bart.
And Ben
Yeah.
just rolls off as if nothing happened. And it was just like, if you go back and look at that replay, man, like, whoa.
No, the hit that Bart put on Ben, Suggs hit him a couple of times too, but the hit that Bart put on him was the one that come to mind instantly. And Bart hit Ben so freaking hard that I don't think Ben knew where he was, by the time he woke up. For a split second, I think he was unconscious when he hit the ground. Knocked the wind out of him. He says, if you talk to Ben right now, he says the hardest he's ever been hit. And the crazy thing is about it, Mark, the hardest I've ever been hit is by Bart Scott. He's my teammate, right? He hit me in practice one time. And we just in shoulder pads and helmets.
Yeah.
And I'm at the fullback. I shift from tight end back to the backfield, and I come up the lead block for Jamal Lewis. And Bart comes down and hits me like we're in full pads. I'm like, bro, what you doing? Like, what are you on? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm mad. I'm pissed off. I'm disoriented. I'm like, which one of you guys hit me? That type of thing, right? And it was crazy. The dude is so physical. He hit Ben so freaking hard. I can't remember if he finished that game, to be honest with you. I remember him laying down there for a while, and he was kind of rolling back and forth, and all the, the medics and stuff came out to the field with him. I can't remember if he actually finished the game that game. He probably did, because Ben was so freaking tough, but I remember that hit. Yeah, I remember that hit like yesterday, man. And from that point on, he had his head on the swivel. He was looking for 57 every single time, but Bart hit him so hard that it was crazy. And there's a clip, like an NFL clip or a Ravens clip, where Bart actually talking about that hit. And Bart said he let up off of him because he had respect for Ben. He kind of slid his head to the side a little bit. He didn't put his head right in his sternum. Back then, this was legal to put your helmet right in his chest. But he kind of slid his head to the side and kind of threw his shoulder right underneath Ben's chest, and then drove him into the ground, which is now illegal now too. Mm-hmm. You can't do that right now, so, and fell on him with his body weight. So, but Ben, he'll tell you right now, that's the hardest he's ever been hit.
So when you got hit, when you were in practice, was this A gap, B gap? Like, what do you remember about the aftermath of that for you?
I don't remember what gap it was. The hit was too hard. It was either A or B.
You don't even remember.
Yeah, but I know it was right up the middle, boy. I'm telling you right now, I can't remember the play or anything. I just know I shift to the backfield and I lined up at the fullback spot, and I kind of went in there, and I was going in there just to kind of thud up a little bit. We try to simulate game-like experiences no matter what. And I tell my sons the same thing all the time, Mark. Every rep is a game rep. Treat practice like a game, so a game feel like practice, right? Those are the two quotes I always push to my boys. I don't care what they're doing in life. This shit actually matters. It makes sense. Every rep is a game rep. Treat practice like a game, so a game feels like practice. So I ran in there, had all my steps right. My pads was low. I'm ready. I'm trying to figure if I can put my helmet on this side of him so I can make sure Jamal could cut right off my ass the other way that he needs to go and to stop this thing. So I'm kind of lunging into him. And Bart came and hit me so freaking hard. I said, man, don't you ever do that shit again. I don't care who you are, what you think. Don't you ever hit me like that again, bro. Like, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, I talked to him after practice in the locker room, like, bro, what was you thinking? You know what I'm saying? He was like, Willie, I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry, man. I had a little flash. It's the Detroit in him. That Detroit grittiness in Bart just makes him do crazy stuff like that. But that's the type of stuff I experienced every single day at practice, whether it was Terrell Suggs, Bart Scott, Ray Lewis. There's a picture of me floating around the league right now in practice, and Ray has his hand all on my face, and he got me all balled up like this, and Bart's underneath me on the ground trying to grab my ankle. And it's like every day in practice, that's what I had to deal with. And James was no different. James Harrison was no different. I played with James in NFL Europe and Germany. We was on the same team with Ryan Fire. I had to see him every day in practice. And he was the same exact way he was in practice as he was when I had to play against him in games. But I felt like he always took it to another level when he played against us when I was in Baltimore.
All right, we got to stay on this because I have several follow-up questions. Well, let me start here.
Okay.
I hope Jamal Lewis at least thanked you after the fact.
No. Jamal never thanked me at all. I just saw Jamal the other day. He still didn't say thank you.
Well, there's still time.
That could have been him. That could have been him getting hit.